while we're here, we can just check out the schedule. Let's just check out the remaining schedule for the Saints. We can talk about each one of these games for a minute or two. And, will we have a shot, of making a run or something like that? Who knows? But let's quickly go through these games off my memory. Falcons game, we all know that game was a crazy game, coming back from 16 down or something like that in the fourth quarter. Won that game. Then we got the Bucs game. Crazy fight. Lattimore got thrown out, him and Evans. Panthers game, we were beat up. Vikings in London, we had the double doink by Will Lutz. Could have won that game. Seahawks game, we played pretty solid. Bengals game, another game we should have won. Blew that game. Couldn't guard Jamar Chase. It was just absolutely awful. Cardinals game, we do the back-to-back pick sixes to end the half. Another game we should have won. Raiders game, Raiders were pretty bad. We locked them down, shut them down. It's another game that was good for us. Well, not another game. It's only been a couple that's been good for us. Then you have the Ravens. I think that's maybe the only L where I was like, nah, they just beat us. They just beat us. They were the better team. It is what it is. That happens. Steelers game, I still don't know how we lost to the Steelers. That's just absolutely nonsense. But that's definitely a game we should have won. So, all of these games, look at it. We lost by 10 to the Bucs, 1 possession to the Panthers by 8, 3 to the Vikings, 4 to the Bengals, 8 to the Cardinals. Ravens beat us by 2 scores. And then we lost by 10 to the Steelers. We've been in every game. It's not like we're the worst team in the NFL when it comes to these things. Actually, before we go into this, I'll show you something. This is how crazy the NFL is. I bet the score differential from the Vikings and the Saints is probably pretty close. And I'll show you what I mean right here. Score differential, that's just obviously how many points you scored more than your opponents and stuff like that. Best in the league right now is probably the Bills. They're plus 107, which is pretty good, right? Now look at the Minnesota Vikings. They are 8-2. With a -2 point difference. So they've actually been outscored by their opponents this year, but they're 8-2. That's insane. The Saints we're -18. We're 4-7 and we're -18. So we're not that far off. We beat a team by 16 points. We're right where the Vikings are. Right where the Vikings are, but yet we're 4-7. So man, the NFL, it's a crazy game. All our games have been close. We just have to close these games out. We just have to play a little bit better, and I think we'll be fine. Now let's go back to the schedule real quick. Talk about this next upcoming game. We got the 49ers. 49ers, they're a good team. They are a good team. Let's check out their schedule, what they've been doing this year. They're 5-4, so they're definitely going to be needing. They're definitely going to be needing to win. They're going to be on kind of a short week because they play the Cardinals tonight on Monday Night Football. But started off the year, lost to the Bears. That was Trey Lance, so I'm not really looking too much into that. Beat the Seahawks, beat the Broncos, beat the Rams, beat the Panthers. None of that's really impressive to me. They lost to the Falcons, lost to the Chiefs, beat the Rams, and then beat the Chargers. So they've been up and down this year as well. Obviously, it's going to be a much different team. They got Christian McCaffrey now. That's going to be a big difference to their offense. Add him, Deebo Samuel, Jimmy Garoppolo has this offense going. They're going to be a tough beat. Like I said, coming off a short week, six days rest or something like that. So we'll definitely have to be ready for this game. Like I said, CMC, Jimmy G, Deebo, they have some guys. Bosa. It's going to be a tough game. It's going to be a tough game to beat them, but we have a chance. They're not that good. They're not crazy more talented than us. We have a lot of injuries that we need to get taken care of. But hey man, a possibility to win that game on the road would be big. Then after that, you have the Bucs. That is the only must-win game on this schedule. They're really all must-win games, but if we're gonna really circle a must-win game, that Bucs game, if you lose that game, playoff chances, they're non-existent. They are non-existent. So we're going to definitely have to win that game in December. Then after that, you finally get a bye week super late in the year. I don't know if we'll have guys back from injury before then, but we'll have a bye week between that 49ers and Bucs game. If you can win those games, get yourself to 6-7, get a bye week, get the Falcons, the Browns, the Eagles, and the Panthers after that. All 4 of those games are going to be winnable, especially that Eagles game, because the Eagles may have the number 1 seed wrapped up by then. I'm praying they do. Starting off the new year, hopefully they got the number 1 seed wrapped up. They don't really play their starters. They're just out there trying to stay healthy. And hey, that'll be the best thing for us. But some things are going to have to happen for that to get to come to fruition. But 49ers game coming up, then the Bucs, then the Falcons, then the Browns, then the Eagles, then the Panthers. How many games is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games left. 6 games left. The Saints are going to have to go 5-1. I think 5-1 will get you there. That gets you 9-8. You got a chance to win the division at 9-8. I think we were 9-8 last year. We just missed the playoffs. I think 9-8 this year, it may give you a chance. Let's go look at the the Bucks schedule real quick. They're on a 2-game win streak. They got the Browns. Is that week 11 for the Browns? Will Deshaun Watson be back? I don't know, but Jacoby Brissett played a pretty good game. Let's see, what's the Browns record? They only played 10 games. So nope, of course he's not gonna be back for this is funny. Of course I knew that already because he's probably gonna come back against the Saints, Deshaun Watson. That's just how this world works. But they got the Browns, then they play us, then they play the 49ers, then they play the Bengals. That's a 4. I won't say a tough stretch, but that's not an easy stretch. That's 4 games that they're all going to be tossed up. The Bucks aren't world beaters. If they can go 1-3 or 2-2, and we go 3-1, in our 4-game stretch, that'll be super, super big for the Saints. So this 4-game stretch is going to be very, very important because they end with the Panthers and the Falcons. They can probably win those 2 games. So if we're going to make up any ground on them, I do think it's going to have to be in these next 4 games. They're going to be important. Very, very important. They're going to Cleveland. That's just always going to be a tough game to play. Then they have us, like I said, must-win game for us. Then we're going to need help from the 49ers and the Bengals. That can possibly be a 3-game losing streak right there. Not saying that's what's going to happen, but anything's possible. Then at the Cardinals, not going to be an easy game. They're fighting for a playoff spot, so hopefully they keep winning some games. Then Panthers and Falcons, as much as they should beat them, if those guys are out the playoff race, you never know, but they'll definitely want to spoil somebody's season in the game. Then we can just look at the Falcons schedule. I'm honestly just not considering them. They're 5-6. Not really considering them as a threat to make the playoffs, but we can still look at this schedule. I think they have the easiest schedule remaining out of everybody. They got the Commanders. That's going to be a tough game. The Steelers have been playing well lately. They beat us, so hopefully they can beat the Falcons. But then they have Saints, Ravens, Cardinals, Bucks. They can lose 4 of those games. I just don't think they have enough firepower to win. Just to be honest, they played 11 games already. I think they win 1 or 2 more at best. And that'll give them 7 wins on the year. That's not going to be enough to do anything. So playoffs, man, can we make it? It's a possibility. It's a possibility. They're definitely, it's definitely hope. It's definitely hope on the horizon. I've said this after every win, though. We can't put back-to-back wins together. We haven't done that all season. We're definitely going to have to do that. Run game's going to have to get better. Passing game's going to have to get better. I did like the effort from us, though. Did like the effort from the Saints this past week. Didn't look like we're, ready to quit. Don't look like they're ready to give up. That's good. Hopefully we get Cam Jordan back from this eye injury. Because the injuries, man, injuries have been piling up on us. Obviously, we're the most injured team in the league right now. It's just absolutely insane, the injuries we have. I think it's 10 starters. If you count special teams and stuff like that, it's probably 11 and 12 starters. Let's just go through it. Cam Jordan, starter. He was out. Pete Warner, that's 2. Lattimore, that's 3. James Hurst, that's 4. JT Gray, special teams, ace. If you want to count that, that's 5. Marcus Davenport, 6. McCoy, 7. You can count Penny, but we count Hurst already. Then you got Michael Thomas, 8. Roby, 9. Hardy was the starting kick returner. If you want to count that, that's 10. And I think they missed Andres Pete off here. That's 11. So really about 9 true starters on special teams guys as well. It's just been awful. Injuries just been awful, man. We have to get healthy. We get healthy, we got a real good chance to make some noise. Not saying we're gonna make it. Wild card's a possibility. I think if we win 9 games, I didn't even check the wild card standings. Let me look that up real quick. I think it's a real possibility because the NFC sucks. Let's just be honest. The NFC sucks. Anything's possible. Anything's possible. Right now, we're at the bottom. We're 4-7. We're at the bottom. 7 teams make the playoffs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 6-5 is in the league right now. Really, actually, 5-4 because Tampa's ahead of them just because they're ahead in the division. The division is obvious. It's going to be easier to win a division than make the wild card. Let's get that one thing straight right there. And just look at the win streaks in the NFL right now. The Detroit Lions, the Detroit Lions has the biggest win streak and they're 4-6. They've won 3 in a row. No one streak and everybody's either lost 1, won 1. Like it's a lot of people losing every week. This division is just, the conference is just not that good. Division's not that good. I mean, look at the plus minus differential. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 teams that's plus in a point differential. And 2 of them are barely plus right now. So division's winnable just because no one's really good. Conference wild card possibility. Tiebreakers are probably going to be absolutely hell when it comes down to tiebreakers because your division record is going to come into play. So we're going to have to win our division games. Then your conference record is going to come into play. We're going to have to win these NFC games. That's division games as well. So chances are there. Possibilities are there. Maybe we'll make the playoffs. Maybe not.